When I got to college, I mean, my moral formation had more or less consisted of, there's the TV, look at it, do what it tells you, you know. So I did, you know. So I got to college in the late 70s and did what people did in college in the late 70s. And consequently had my first experience with my capacity for grave evil. It was really brought home to me how much of a user of other people I am. And at the same time that was happening, I was running into, for the first time, on my dorm floor, Christians who I respected, to my surprise. I thought Christians were all people with their eyes set a little bit too close together, you know, people who you just avoided, you know. So more and more, as I was struggling with my own capacity for evil and looking at these guys who were living joyful lives, began to trouble me, and so I began to look more and more at the faith. But what really began to draw me in was encountering, and this has happened with so many converts, was encountering C.S. Lewis. He really made a conquest of me because he began, to my astonishment, by describing his own experience growing up, in which he was haunted all of his pre-Christian life by this sense of deep desire, this sense of deep longing for something that he could not put his finger on. And when I read that, I thought I was the only one. And what he says is that all of our desires have proper objects. So we feel hunger, well, there's such a thing as food. We feel thirst, there's such a thing as water. We feel sexual desire, there's such a thing as sex. Well, he says, if we have a desire for something that nothing in this world can satisfy, that things of this world will evoke it, but the things of this world don't satisfy it. He says, consider the possibility that the universe is not a cheat, but that your desire is for something that is not of this world. This is an appetite, it's a proper appetite, but it's an appetite for God. And so, as I encountered Lewis, and he began to be able to put a name and sort of organize for me my life experience and make sense of it, I started paying very close attention, and so looked at, you know, what are the arguments, A, for the existence of God, which, you know, Thomas goes over, for example, and what are the arguments for the deity of Jesus, for the resurrection of Jesus. I came away from that encounter with Lewis, with that church, with the New Testament, saying, I believe that Jesus is the Son of God.